drug-free alternative to pills, sprays, and prescriptions. Navage flushes out germs, allergens, and dirt naturally without drugs. In fact, in a recent independent survey of over 2,000 customers, 91% said they feel healthier thanks to Navage. Here's my promise to you. Try Navage. If it doesn't relieve congestion and help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, just return it for a full, no questions asked refund. Online at Navage.com or in stores at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Bed Bath & Beyond. That's Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
I'm Rich Dennison. President Trump today signing the latest coronavirus aid package to help businesses make payroll, along with funding for hospitals and increased COVID-19 testing. The president commenting on the government's pandemic response.
I think we've done a great job. As you know, minimal numbers were going to be 100,000 people.
Coronavirus has now killed more than 50,000 people in the U.S. The Food and Drug Administration warning doctors not to use the malaria drug hydroxychloroquine outside a hospital setting, a drug touted by the president as a possible treatment of coronavirus.
In a statement on its website, the FDA says it is aware of reports of serious heart rhythm problems in COVID-19 patients who have been treated with the drug, often in combination with azithromycin, and that there has been an uptick in prescriptions for it.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. America is listening to Fox News.
Now, here's your Storm Team 10 forecast.
Rain ending this evening and clearing before midnight. Low and mid-30s by Saturday morning. Sunshine, light wind, highs in the low 60s inland Saturday afternoon. A sea breeze will hold it in the mid to upper 50s near the coast. Still could even see a little sunshine early Sunday. Increasing clouds, rain moves in the afternoon, highs in the low and mid-50s. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Mark Searles on News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM.
It's the News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM Daily Rewind with Ron St. Pierre. Sponsored by O'Hara Senior Care Services.
A poll released by Bryant University yesterday shows voters are rallying around state elected leaders during the COVID-19 crisis. Seems those daily afternoon briefings are serving Governor Raimondo pretty well, too. 81% of those polled think that she's doing an excellent or good job, while 18% called the governor's performance fair or poor. 84% of voters said they have a great deal of, or a good amount of trust in the information that the governor's providing. The approval rating for the president, though, is almost the inverse amongst Rhode Island registered voters. 34% believe that he's doing an excellent or good job, but 64% said the president is doing a fair or poor job. 35% said that they had a great deal or good amount of trust in the information released by the president. So the high marks likely represent the job performance of Dr. Nicole Alexander Scott, according to this Bryant University poll. The director of the Rhode Island Department of Health and a staple at the governor's daily briefings. The survey did not differentiate between state and national health officials, though. But Dr. Anthony Fauci, a member of the president's coronavirus task force, has gained quite a following since the outbreak of the virus. So that is what we learned from this Bryant University poll. All right, the telephone survey was taken from April 15th through April 18th by Fleming and Associates, Joe Fleming. Voters were also asked about politics. 82% told pollsters that they're more likely to engage in voting, and 61% were more likely to express their views to elected officials, according to this particular poll. Walt Buteau from Eyewitness News talks about the COVID-19 and the city of Pawtucket. They're putting up a tent city, by the way, for the homeless there. And we get more from Walt Buteau.
This area near Division Street on the Seekonk River in Pawtucket now has a handful of tents, but according to eyewitnesses, there have been as many as 60 people sleeping in dozens of tents at times. This is one of the 20 sanitation stations around the state provided by the Rhode Island Office of Housing and Community Development. A spokesman for that agency tells us they are serviced 3 times a week by the state's vendor and are giving the homeless an alternative to the restrooms they used in businesses that are now shut down. And he says the hand sanitizer will help with hand washing to avoid spreading COVID-19. But critics have contacted us saying the piles of trash and debris are also a sanitation issue. The executive director for the Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless understands concerns about this or any tent city, but points out the homeless don't want to be here either.
I don't think that any of us want someone to live in a tent. We want them to have a home, and so I guess I would call those people that are just as upset as I am that people have to live outside and say, come join us at the State House to call for more resources.
According to a survey conducted in January, the number of unsheltered Rhode Islanders doubled since the beginning of 2019 to about 120.